Do you seriously want to change your diet to improve your health, but feel lost on how or where to begin? It's hard not to feel bombarded because there seems to be so much information everywhere. You've been researching on the internet, browsing Facebook, watching YouTube, and yet you still feel lost. You don't know how to get going with plant based eating in a way that will be doable and sustainable. Well, if plant based eating seems like a huge mountain to climb right now, I want to help. I want to take away some of that overwhelm and show you an easier, simpler, and more straightforward way to transition. Let's start by first looking at what not to do. In this episode, I'll tell you about a common step many take when wanting to begin a plant based diet transition that can actually set them back in their confidence and journey towards making a true lasting lifestyle change. Ready? Grab your jacket, pop in your earbuds, and enjoy a walk while you tune in. Let's go! Welcome to the Plant-Based Eating Made Easy podcast. I'm your host, Anna Zinn, plant-based registered dietitian and transition coach. Hi friend, do you want to regain your health with plant-based eating but feel overwhelmed and lost about how to do it? Do you feel it'll be hard to change your meat-heavy diet and impossible with working, running the home, or chasing after the grandkids? If so, you're in the right place. Here you'll find simple strategies, clear nutrition guidance, and practical tips to help you thrive plant-powered with more energy. So if you're ready to ditch the guesswork and transform your health the stress-free way, cozy up now with a hot cup of tea or listen while you walk, and let me show you how doable plant-based eating can be. Let's do this. Over the years, I've had many students go through the Plant Power Life Transformation course, but it's hearing their feedback and how this course has helped them and their families that always brings me so much joy. Here's what Plant Power Life Transformation course student Sarah says about the course. I have really enjoyed in the videos, especially how this course has provided multiple ways of making food, so that if you don't have one utensil, you can use another. Or if you don't have one food item, you can substitute another. It really helps me to realize that plant-based eating can be easy. Friend, eating plant-based can be easy for you too. Join me inside the Plant Power Life Transformation course and let's transform your health in a simpler, less overwhelming way with minimal stress. I would love to turn your overwhelm into confidence and put real-life practical skills, tips, and strategies into your hands to make your diet transition a breeze. Go to plantnourish.com/PPLT course or see the show notes to find out more. Now let's talk about starting plant-based eating. Friend, if that's what you're considering doing or want to do soon, how are you feeling about it? Excited, stressed, nervous, anxious, or worried about the upcoming changes? If you're feeling any of that or more, that's normal. I am sure we all feel that way when we step into the unknown and make a change in our lifestyle, away from what we have been used to for many years. And if you're feeling overwhelmed because it seems like such a big change and there is so much information being thrown at you, I want you to know that I understand how that feels and that you're not alone. In fact, in my interactions with others beginning plant-based eating, I see many feel this similar way. I remember one lady sharing with me this. She wrote, "Anxious and overwhelmed. In my home, we eat meat all the time, but I'm willing to take this journey for the sake of my health." Another lady with initials SD shared that her biggest challenge with plant-based eating was that she was new and making the switch seems overwhelming. In an online community group, I also remember seeing a group member with initials VP post this. "I'm new to all this and was wondering how everyone started eating on this diet. It seems impossible. but I know it is possible with guidance. Friend, here's a piece of advice that will help you on the path towards confident plant-based eating with less overwhelm and confusion. And that's this. When it comes to choosing resources or what to invest in for your plant-based diet journey, keep this in mind. Less is more. True success on a plant-based diet will not come when you simply pile on all the resources, cookbooks, master classes, and plant-based eating books and guidebooks you can get into your lifestyle change toolbox. If you stop and truly think about it, we don't really need more information. We are already inundated by it. In our technology-driven world today, we already have so much information provided to us that often things can feel more confusing and challenging rather than less so. In fact, we can get so much info, especially through email, that many times we don't even look at the things we've signed up for, as there's too much given to us on a daily basis. I remember once in the fall getting a specific promotion sale email in my inbox. The title was 70 plus plant-based tools just dropped for 10 days only. It was advertising a plant-based bundle that promised more than 70 digital resources for a particular price. This included ebooks, courses, cooking classes, meal plans, and wellness programs from an array of chefs, doctors, nutritionalists, and fitness experts. The email promised that if you get this bundle, it will, and I quote, make plant-based living simpler, clearer, and more sustainable, and that this is your shortcut. It also claimed that this is an opportunity that will truly support your health and make plant-based living feel effortless. I can't help thinking though, will it? I know it's tempting. Things like this seem like such a good deal, so we often give in to the belief that more is better, and then accrue as much of these resources as we possibly can, thinking it will help us more. So we accumulate more in all areas of our lives, not just in terms of plant-based eating. But let's take a moment to reflect in total honesty. If you were to get this bundle with 70 plus resources, how many of those will you actually use or even look at in the end? 6 months, a year from now, or even 5 years from now? Be honest. I'm guilty of this too. Too often, I've signed up for free challenge events or training and then end up not actually going through it. Here's another thing. While it may initially make you feel better to get all these resources at once at a seemingly good deal, there's a danger of these large bundle deals causing you to feel more defeated and possibly even guilty in the end, especially if at the end of a year, you have only at best looked at 1 or 2 items within it. If you're someone who has already felt discouraged and defeated about your weight loss journey and trying multiple diets with yo-yo weight gains, then getting way more resources than you need for your diet transition may run the danger of setting you back rather than propelling you forward with confidence. It may also likely cause you to feel more overwhelmed and confused, especially if the resources give conflicting information and guidance. Here's something I've learned the hard way over time in life, that more is not necessarily better. Over time, I found that this applies to plant-based eating too. So watch out for this stumbling block that can hinder you from really transitioning smoothly with success. Don't overwhelm yourself and get way more plant-based or vegan resources than you need or will ever realistically use. So you don't really need a bundle of information, no matter how good that may seem. But here's what you do need. What you need are 1 to 2 really good focused resources to get you started on the right path forward. These will truly support you and not make you feel lost and more unsure of where to start or how to begin. That's why I created the Plant Powered Life Transformation course. because I knew there is way too much information out there about plant-based eating, and not all of it is credible. I wanted to bring all the essential pieces of information into one place to really focus it down to what will be most helpful and practical for your lifestyle success. This course contains the nuts and bolts and essentials you need to master plant-based eating. It's a one-stop course that will teach you essential knowledge about plant-based ingredients, key kitchen skills, simple-to-make recipes, lifestyle success strategies, and more. So today we looked at one area that you need to watch out for when you're making your plant-based diet transition. And that's to remember that less can be more. Instead of trying to flood yourself with way more information than you need, it will be much more effective to get clear focus guidance and smart support resources that you can actually use in real life. What you need is the right targeted information that's truly applicable and practically useful, so you can apply the knowledge and strategies into your own life for success in plant-based eating. The Plant-Powered Life Transformation course is one resource that can help you do this. It'll truly get you moving towards eating plant-powered for the best health. Find out more about this course at plantnourish.com/PPLT course and see if it's right for you. Thank you for listening to the Plant-Based Eating Made Easy podcast. If this podcast has helped you, please take a moment to rate and leave a written review on the Apple Podcast app or on iTunes. Knowing how this podcast has made a difference in your life never fails to light me up. I may also select your review to be read on the show. Remember that moving to plant-based eating can be simple and doable, even with your existing health challenges and busy lifestyle. If you have a plant-based diet question you'll like me to answer on this show, share that question with me using the contact options in the show notes. Thanks for joining me today, and I can't wait to connect with you again in the next episode. Until next time, keep plant-focused and thriving, my friend.